Welcome, everybody, to Spill the Realty. My name is Edna Carrillo, your Yuma's home matchmaker, and this is episode 1 of my podcast. And I have a very, very special guest with me, my friend and escrow officer,
Stephanie Harper.
Stephanie Harper, my friend and my escrow officer, my trusted escrow officer. I'm here today with her because we're going to talk about a lot of subjects. We're going to talk about how we met, what we do together, and our friendship outside of escrow. So Stephanie, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Stephanie. I work at Luma Title. I have been there for a year now. I am a mother of 3 beautiful girls and a proud military and Leo spouse. I have been in the industry for about a little over 5 years now. And I'm super excited to be here, so thank you.
I'm super happy to have you. Like I said, Stephanie is not only my escrow officer, but she's my friend outside of real estate. So I love that I have her here today. We want to talk about different subjects, but before we continue, you're not originally from Yuma, right?
No,
Where are you from?
From Oakland, California.
Oh, Cali girl. Okay. Very different weather.
100% different.
Okay. So how long have you lived in Yuma?
So on and off for about 17 years now.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Because her husband was in the military,
Yes.
so you guys moved here for a while, moved back, right?
Yes.
I know the story because she's my friend. So she's been off. So you are a human because you're already used to the heat, right?
100% I am a human. I'm very proud of it too.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, like she mentioned, she is a mom of 3 girls, just like me. Maybe that's why we connected so much, because we both have girls. We're girl moms. And something that I want to talk about today is when we met, right? Oh, so I remember when I first saw you. And if you guys can see her, we're speaking in English, but guess what? She does speak Spanish, right?
Soy mexicana.
A lot of people think that she's like que es gringa, que es americana, but when I saw her the first time, her last name is Harper, for God's sake. So I'm like, does she speak Spanish? She does speak Spanish. She's fluent. Habla español totalmente. Su familia, de hecho, su familia es de donde es mi esposo, right?
Somos de la Ciudad de México.
De la Ciudad de México. So, a otra cosa por la que
sí,
conectamos un
otro
montón.
enlace que teníamos.
Enlace, ajá. Pero algo bien importante and something very important, when we first met, I remember she came up to me and she invited me for lunch, right? And I was a brand new agent. I was a baby realtor. And I remember we sat down and we just talked about like our dreams, our plans. And this is the first time we meet. And as you can see, I like to talk a lot, right? So, and you guys are going to see me talk a lot in this podcast. But we talked about like what my dreams were. Like I said, my goals, what I wanted like out of real estate, how I started. And something that I remember, we went to eat at Shawarma Vibes,
Shawarma
right?
Vibes, yes.
Oh,
You're like,
let's
go. And I was like, let's go.
Okay, so we met there and it was like a first date, right? Because we
So
didn't know each other, and it's like, oh well, we sat there and we talked, and I remember that you were just so supportive of me, and I thank you for that. You believed in me since day one, and that in somebody who's starting real estate, and you know, any new realtors that are listening to this podcast, it's very like challenging and very like you're scared of like what happens if like this doesn't go right, or like I don't even know what escrow is. I don't even know how to write a contract, and you just give me that reassurance that you were gonna be there for me every step of the way. And I can tell you, everybody that's listening, she's been there with me every single step of the way. We're going on 2 years. We started that business relationship there, but this has turned into an amazing friendship, right, Stephanie? So tell us a little bit about our first date. What do you remember?
So when I met her, I was doing a class. We were doing a class on easements, I think, and she happened to be there. Oh yeah, super sexy topic. And after that, like she's very charismatic and very outgoing. So I was like, I need to meet with her. So I grabbed her and I pulled her to the side. I was like, hey, I would love to take you out for lunch. Can we meet? Yeah. So we set up the date, and she called me that day. She's like, I'm available right now. Can you meet me? I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm hungry. Let's go eat. So I picked her up, and then we went to Shawarma Vibes to eat. And I just knew from the beginning, you can tell when someone has that spark. She was very ambitious, and you know, her girls were everything, her family. And it's like, oh, this girl's going to go places. And I told her from the very beginning, I'm like, oh, get ready, Edna, because you are going to be a force. And here we are.
Thank you.
Here we are 2 years later. And so, yeah, so ever since then, it just clicked. It was natural. It was not a forced relationship.
Correct.
It really grew into a beautiful organic relationship, not just business, but as a friendship. But I know that she trusts me and I trust her. So if something is going on in the transaction, I know I can call her and say, hey, aliviánate, necesito esto. And she's like, oh, thank you for reminding me. And same vice versa, you know, it only works if you have 100% trust on each other.
Yeah,
it doesn't work if it's only one person trusting another. So I think that's why our dynamic has always worked, is because not only are we trusting each other with business, but with our personal lives as well, and our family. So that's why it works.
That's very important, because honestly, in this industry, and I'm just gonna say it bluntly like it is, it's very hard to find true friendships, just because, and I think probably not even just in this industry, just in general, right? So exactly when we connected, just knowing that somebody believes in you, and that, because we're looking at Edna back in 2024 when she had 0 clients, 0 transactions, 0 nothing, right? This was baby realtor Edna. And for her to encourage me that way and to believe in me, it just was so touching to me, right? Because this is a perfect stranger from Oakland that doesn't know me. Like, we've met like maybe a little bit at the office, but it's so amazing how you can find those people that are your people, right?
Yes.
And now Stephanie is my people. Like, she's my girl. Her team is amazing. She works here very close by, actually, Luma Title. And I'm just so proud of her, because we've made a lot of changes in the past 2 years in our businesses, in our careers. And I transitioned over to Keller Williams, which was an amazing decision for me. And she actually is a branch manager of Luma Title. So it was great to have that support since day one. But sometimes when somebody wants to get your business, right, they're like, oh, let me go take you out for lunch, let me bring you coffee, let me do this. But with her, I always felt like it was genuine, right? And I think organic friendships and business relationships are always the ones that go places. And I think that has come with us throughout the 2 years that we've been working together. Because so for new construction, most of the builders have their own escrow officers. Yes. But for sure, if I have a contract that's a resale, it's going to her. And I'm going to fight for it to go to her, because I know the way she works. I know she's going to take care of my clients just like I take care of my clients, right? So that's super important to have a team, not only in escrow, but, you know, as with your lenders, with your insurance companies, with your home inspectors, because I think that's what makes the difference between an experience for the buyer,
absolutely,
and the seller, of course, because we've had sellers as well. Yes. And tell me a little bit about like what it was to open up Luma Title.
Oh, that was fun. Mm-hmm. Opening up Luma Title has been the most beautiful, hard. It's been a blessing.
It's super emotional. Let me tell you guys why. Because Stephanie, just like you can see me, I'm passionate about real estate. Stephanie's passionate about escrow.
I am.
Why? I don't know. Because to me, it's super boring. To me, I tell you all the time, right? Like, yeah. I could never do what you do. And she does it with such like passion and love. And she just gets so excited about escrow and title. And I know she gets emotional because for her, it's like,
it was my baby. It was a project.
Yeah. And I think you're doing amazing. I think that, you know, you just turned 1 year,
yes,
right?
1 year.
Yay,
this
1
the
year.
first of June.
First of many to come. I remember that day specifically. But that's a story for another episode.
That's another episode.
But I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
so proud of you because like I mentioned, we were friends, right? And I know making that decision was hard. But I think that as women, as mothers, as you know, we're always looking out for what's best for our family, and this industry can give us a lot, but at the same time it could take a lot from us as well.
Yes.
And I think that if you're in a place where you're happy, where you're thriving, where you love what you do, and you have an atmosphere of people, like-minded people, then you're gonna thrive. And I think that's what happened at Luma Title. And not only that, but they have excellent service. And the excellent service, her team is amazing. There are times when we have rough transactions, right?
Very rough, yes.
And I love it. You know what I love about Stephanie is that she's a problem solver. As realtors, we get a lot of calls, guys. We get calls from lenders. I just got a call right now from a lender, and it's like, oh my God, or we get calls from other agents. And I know most of the time when Stephanie calls me, and there's a problem, and she's calling me with a solution, guys. Like 100%. And if she doesn't have a solution, she's like, tú como me dices, siempre me dices, there's a saying, tú tranquila y yo nerviosa.
Yeah, tú tranquila y yo nerviosa.
And then,
Aquí ahorita la averiguamos, pero
she gets it done, guys. She gets it freaking done, I'm telling you. And to me, it's so cool because being in this industry, and we have buyers and sellers that are trusting us, like, I think it's a disservice to our buyers and sellers if we don't have somebody that we also trust and know that's going to get the work done, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure, like, you work with other realtors, and what I love about Luma Title and Stephanie is that the people that she has working, other colleagues, other realtors that work with her, are people that the same way as I have that friendship and that, like, trust with her, my colleagues as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's very organic. It's not, I just want your business and I don't care about you as a person. It's very, like, whole relationship with them, right?
It is. And I think that's what we try to strive is that we're trying to build something at Luma that Yuma County doesn't have, which is very organic and do what's right for all, not for one. So it's one of those things where I like to treat my agents as they were family. Why? Because I represent them and they represent me. And when I tell my team is like, okay, when we get a transaction, let's treat a $20,000 mobile home and a $2.5 million deal the same. Why? Because they're human, and because they are in this buying their first home. Sometimes it's an investment property, whatever it is that they're purchasing, it's every little penny counts, and it doesn't matter what that value is. So I always want our clients to feel that love and that attention, and never feel like, I didn't get treated right or whatever. So I think that's why Edna feels so passionate about us, is that she knows that no matter what her clients are, is that we're going to get that top-notch VIP service every single time.
And I think that's exactly why we connected, Stephanie, and why we clicked so much, because to me, it's the same kind of service, right? I don't see buyers and sellers as just another transaction.
Correct.
I don't see them as just, this person's going to get me a paycheck. I see them as like either a family that really needs to sell because something happened in their life, somebody passed away. We just had a situation, and we'll talk about it right now, but about a seller that was, became a widow, and it was a desperate situation. So to me, I think that's the reason why we clicked, because we both have that same mindset of service, right?
Absolutely.
We have that same mindset of, how can I serve people today? How can I serve people at the best level? And like you said, it's always a win-win. Your escrow. So escrow, and she'll explain a little bit more, but escrow is kind of like the middle person, right? Mm-hmm. She's not on my side and she's not on the seller side. She's like a neutral party, right?
100%.
Can you tell us a little bit more like what escrow is?
So escrow, we're just a third party that's neutral. And that's a tongue twister. And pretty much what we do is just we go out, we order the commitment, and we ensure that everything that's on the requirements are being met. So those requirements can be liens, judgments, anything and everything that can show up on a property. So we just make sure that before it gets rolled over to the next person, that it's free and clear, and to ensure that the buyer is also taken care of. So we take that very serious. There's no workarounds. There's no this can be fixed later. No, we're gonna get it done right there and then, to ensure that everyone is taken care of.
So basically, what title does is, because I just had a question and you answered that for me. Because even as realtors, we have questions about title, and like, what is this? And like, what is title commitment, or what is all of that, right? So I had a buyer ask me like, hey, I got these documents from title, can you help me understand it more? So the title commitment is basically a document that says that the seller can sell because it's their property and it's clear to sell to the next person, right?
So it's an information. It's the Bible of information, mm-hmm. right? It shows you who's currently on title, who's allowed to sell.
Okay.
So it does give us that, right? That's on Schedule A. Schedule B, Part A or Part 1 has all the requirements. So the must-haves that we need to work. Okay. And then you have that third page where it has all like the I can't even think right now. the exceptions, I'm sorry. So the exceptions, and then in these exceptions, those are things that are on the property that had like it just stays to that property. So it's not really anything that needs to get transferred over. It's just things that are already there. So yeah, so we just work based off the requirements, and then we just ensure that everything is met before it goes over to the buyer.
And I was just telling Stephanie before we started, right, that I always tell her this: I could never do your job. I respect her tremendously because I could never do that. But I also was telling her that one of the reasons why I wanted her on my podcast was because I feel like in a transaction, the person that is less seen or less valued is the escrow officer, right? Because us as realtors is like, oh my God, we got the buyer, the lender approved them, and woo, let's celebrate. And aunque ella sí va a veces conmigo a los closings. By the way, if your escrow officer doesn't do that, then I don't know what you're doing. But like, she's gone with me to like closings to celebrate, and 100% because just really quick, she's the one that signs over the deed. The buyer signed the deed and she sends it out to record, which means that you are now a homeowner, right? And she sends me an email saying we're recorded, so then I can tell my buyer, hey, guess what? You're now a homeowner, right? So she's the one that if we didn't have her, we wouldn't have a way of, transferred to the new owner. So I feel like escrow officers are sometimes a little in the back burner and unseen in the behind the scenes, porque a lot of their work is very like administrativo, right?
Yes.
A lot of what you do is like, let's do this, and she talked about schedule ABC, whatever, all of that. I'm like, what is all that? She knows it by heart. But like, it's a lot que si no fuera por ti, I couldn't give the keys to my clients. Absolutely. Right? So thank you for that. Thank you, because we all have a special part in this transaction. And all of my clients that go to sign to Luma Title always tell me, because I always ask her, can you take a picture of them if I can't be there, right, for the signing? And they always tell me how an amazing service you and your team give. They always say, oh my God, she explained everything, because it's like this much paperwork that they have to sign.
About 100 and something pages.
So they're always telling me like, oh my God, Stephanie was so nice. And Jessica and the team and Betty, and they're all so nice. I felt so comfortable, because think about it like this, guys. You're signing, a lot of people get nervous.
Oh, yeah.
When they're signing over to buy a house, it's like nerve-wracking, right? I remember when I signed, my experience, and I tell her all the time, my experience was not the greatest. I'm not going to say any names, but I was signed at a Starbucks, and I was like, hey, can you come sign right now? I'm like, yeah. Like, I wanted to get ready to take a little picture. Nothing of that happened. And I remember telling my husband, can you take a picture of me like signing? Because like it was no experience. So I remember telling you that story at the beginning. So to me, it speaks so much volumes, the experience that you give them, right? Absolutely. That reassurance of like, I'm here to answer any questions. And I know you do, because every time that my buyer signs, or my seller, we text them and say, hey, how did it go? How did it go with title? And they're like, oh, it went great. I'm like, do you have any questions for me? Nope. She answered all of my questions. Oh, well, perfect, right? So teamwork makes the dream work. So we work together, because I am sure that if any questions needed to be answered, they were already answered by you. Yeah, which is great. So walk us down just really quick, because I know we can be talking all day long. Walk us through, like, when they get there, you explain all the documents. What do they have to bring? Like, what is it that they need to close on the house? You get all the docs.
Yeah, so the first thing is, obviously, we print out loan docs immediately for our buyers, and then we call them and schedule them. Like, hey, if it's same day fund and record, obviously, like, Kyle, ya vente, like, we gotta close. So
and sometimes she does miracles. Sometimes, oh my God, I'm like, Stephanie, can you sign them and record them today?
It's like
please?
1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're like, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
She gets it done, guys. I'm telling you, she does. Like, I don't know how she does it. Yo creo que teamwork. Nunca me has quedado mal. Like, nunca me ha quedado mal, y yo creo que eso habla muchísimo de tu equipo.
No, thank you. I do have the most amazing assistants.
Y habla mucho de su servicio. You're always going to make it work, and I love it. So go ahead, sorry.
So it's okay. So we get them, we print out docs, we get them to come and sign. Obviously we ask for IDs, passports, whatever form of ID that they have, their deposit. Usually if it's same day fund and record, we have to ask for a wire. So we'll ask for them to wire their funds prior to them coming to the appointment. And then, we have Jessica. Jessica's usually the one that does all our loan signings. So if you haven't met Jessica, please do. She is my assistant. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
So she does all the loan signings. As soon as she's done, she reps it up, sends it to me. We send it to the funder. But yeah, that's pretty much what the process is. And even if we're rushed, we still take our time with our clients. And I think that's what's super important is that, yes, I know in the back of our head, we're like, we got to get this done. But I don't ever want our clients to feel like we're just here signing in and just not knowing what they're signing. Yes, we're thorough, we're fast, but we are also explaining what they're signing because it is so important for them to know. I don't like our clients to ever not know what it is that they're signing or leave with that anxiety of like, what did I just do? No, we're there to ease. We're there to ease their mind and make sure that this is the most exciting and most beautiful moment purchasing their home. So yeah.
That's amazing. And so I do have a lot of buyers, so I do send her a lot of buyers, but we also have sellers.
Yes.
And just before we end, I want to talk about the situation that we just had. That we had a difficult situation with one of our sellers. She's elderly, so she had to sell her house. We had quite a bit of hiccups, right, during the transaction, Stephanie?
From the beginning. So we did called a pre-sale commitment on this one. We knew that there was something off with the property, and immediately Edna was like, hey, like I need you to do some digging. So we said, yeah, absolutely, send me the address. And we did a pre-sale and we opened up escrow and we got the commitment. And sure enough, there was a lot of things on that property that unfortunately our client was not aware of because of her age. Or things were not explained to her correctly, unfortunately. So we were working up against that. And the hardest one was the solar company. Not all solar companies are treated equal or do things the right way. So this one had, gone bankrupt and another company bought it up. So, trying to navigate, finding out who it is. And she did her part is like, this is what I have. And me calling and finding out. And finally we found the person or the company that was handling that solar. And that alone, we opened it up a month before. A month and a half before you listed it. And
so what happened was that unfortunately the solar company had gone bankrupt and they wouldn't give us any information, right?
They refused.
They wouldn't give us any information until we were under contract.
Correct.
We finally went under contract. We did everything she had to. And again, it's so important to have the right people by your side because I don't know if it wouldn't have been you, I don't know if this would have been closed, right? Because she was like on top of things, calling, Jessica was calling, they would hang up on her. Oh my God, it was horrible. But then the greatest thing about having this relationship as well outside, I think, of business is that I fully trust you 100%, but then you're always keeping me on the loop. Right? Like she'll CC me on emails. I would see the way she was like trying to negotiate for us. I was like, hey, help us out and everything. And then at the end, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. My seller sold her house to a young man, right?
Yes,
you met him. I didn't meet him, but I know he was a young man. He was super excited. And we made it work. And everybody was happy. Actually, Freddie, her son, called me yesterday. He's like, oh my God, Edna, you and your team just did amazing. And thank you so much for helping my mom. And even Stephanie, and I'm going to say this, like, I can't express how grateful I am for her, guys, because she goes above and beyond. And this is not me just trying to, say that because she's here on my podcast or because she's my friend. Like, really, she goes above and beyond. My viejita, she is in an assisted living, and she went to sign her at the assisted living, right? Like, she's like, you know what? If she can't come, I'm going to go to her, right? And that is like, oh my God, she, like I said, she's solution-minded. And I think she never calls me with a problem. And if there's a problem, because this is just one, right? Because real estate can be crazy, but she calls me with a solution. And I think that adds to me trusting you more and more in this, business life. And as well, we've became really good friends. We last year we went to San Antonio together. That was so much fun with Caro. Shout out to Caro and the twins. We love you. We're gonna have her on this podcast soon too.
With the babies
when she comes back. So tell me something, Stephanie, and I know we're cutting short on time, but tell me, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years?
What do I see myself doing in 5 years?
Or where do you see yourself? Like, not only professionally, because we didn't say her daughter's ages, but she has like teenagers.
Yeah.
And, you know, quinceañera coming up.
Quinceañera, yes.
And so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I guess, I think about this all the time. Where do I want to be in 5 years? But in all honesty, I think in 5 years, I want to be very established. And by very established, I don't mean the riches. I mean established as in have Luma Title be the best title company that Yuma County in Arizona has. See my team grow.
Phoenix, right?
Yes, we do service. We service the whole state of Arizona, but we do have a branch in Scottsdale. To see my team grow, I think I have the most amazing assistants in our office who give 1,000% as well, and I want to see them grow. So I don't think I'm going to rest until I know for a fact that my girls are also taken care of, and hopefully Edgar, to be the AVP of the company, obviously, and just continue growing Luma and to continue having that vision of honesty, of integrity, customer service, and making sure that our agents are taken care of the way they should be. So yeah, that's what I see in 5 years.
Awesome. And so I think that having, again, somebody that you can trust, somebody that is going to get the work done is so important. So to any one of my realtor friends and colleagues in Yuma County, we have Stephanie at Luma Title with her amazing team that is always there to help. Other services, I guess, that she gives is also for refinances, right? Refinancing. And for us realtors, I know she does it for me, she does it for other realtors, is she prepares listing kits and net sheets, does open houses, anything that you need to better your business. Stephanie is always there, inviting her into a podcast and everything. She's all for it.
De todo morocho.
De todo. So super happy to have you here, Stephanie. Thank you once again for believing in me.
Always.
Thank you for seeing maybe 2 years ago what I didn't see, and now, gracias a Dios, we're here. And thank you for being such an important part of my journey as a real estate agent. I love you, and give me a big hug.
I love you.
And well, guys, thank you for having us. Thank you for listening. I hope this was informational. It was fun. I didn't want to make it too theoretical or too term. I just wanted to come out here and talk to you as my friend, as my escrow officer. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.